Welcome to another episode of the Mad Fantasy Football Podcast with your hosts, Begley, Goni, and Wayne.
What is up, Mad Mob? Week 5 preview. Coming up on 5 weeks. We're starting to get a more solid foundation on how we feel about our teams. Our starting lineups are starting to get set a little more in stone. Gentlemen, how are y'all doing so far?
It's been a rough start to the year for me. I've got a few good teams and I've got some stinkers.
Same. I got a couple 3-1s and I got a couple 1-3s. Man, sometimes your team underperforms and sometimes they're stellar.
That's just the way the cookie crumbles when you play in a lot of fantasy leagues.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
If you're going to play in a lot, there's no way you're going to draft the same team. You're inevitably you're going to have to suck in a couple. It's just sucking in the fewest amount.
Sometimes you just get a bad beat. You might be the second or third highest scoring team in the league, but you just happen to play the number one stud every single week. Just bad luck.
Happened to me twice this week. Twice.
You hate to see it.
Brutal. How do you guys feel? You know, we're all in multiple leagues. Do you try to draft different players so you're not as exposed on a week-over-week basis? Or if you're all in on a guy, you draft him in every league?
I personally like to go whenever it's a startup or a redraft or anything where I'm actually drafting from the entire player pool. I like to have the same kind of core of guys. I have a lot of conviction and belief in X number of guys going into a season. And also, I just don't like the feeling of having to root for the entire league where, like, in some leagues, I need this guy to score 12 points, but not 20 points. Like, I don't like rooting against my own guys. So that's just kind of another thing for me.
Same, but it's at the same time it's really hard unless you get that same pick, you know, because you're going to have a vastly different team if you have the second pick in one league and the 10th in another. Your team's going to be totally different. So it's kind of inevitable. But yeah, I'm kind of with Gone. Like if I have a league that I'm like my pick is very close, I try and I might reach a little bit for a player just to keep some consistency across my leagues, because obviously I'm drafting those guys because I believe in them and I believe that they're going to give me the best opportunity to win. I'm confident in my fantasy knowledge. I'm confident in the analytics and all the studying that I do, that I'm okay putting my eggs in one basket.
Hey, speaking of confidence, I don't know if you guys recall or not, but number 1 fan of the podcast, soon to be number 3 fan of the podcast, is he confident in our Gabe Davis Hollywood Brown doink bet we have going on right now? I feel like he's good. He's due for a good doinking.
Not with Isaiah McKenzie coming up.
We'll see. Isaiah McKenzie's about to not play this week, though. I believe he's in the concussion protocol.
Tell me that concussion protocol is going to be a bear to get out of now this year.
Oh, yeah.
Crap.
They said basically anyone that even remotely exhibits any symptoms whatsoever, if a spotter or anyone has even the slightest inkling that you may be concussed or even have too strong of a headache, you're coming out of the game.
Man, heaven forbid anybody in the NFL has a stuttering problem like Begley. They might as well retire.
Wow.
Never play again.
Wow. It's not that bad.
It's pretty bad.
I'm working on it.
All right, gentlemen. Let's hop right into it, shall we? Our first game, Thursday night, TNF, Amazon. We have – actually, let me stop y'all for a second. How do y'all feel about the desk people for these TNF games? Richard Sherman, Ryan Fitzpatrick, Alex Gonzalez,
I'm going to show my age a little bit. I'm going to show my age. Give me Chris Berman out there.
I just feel like these guys are struggling.
Give me the Berminator, man. Like, give me – just because you played, I get it, but it doesn't automatically make you a good commentator. Give me somebody with high blood pressure who's going to be yelling into the camera.
Yeah, these guys just seem – it just – everything kind of seems so cringy and forced with these guys this year.
Mm-hmm.
And Richard Sherman –
would you rather have them or RG3 doing the college commentary? Have you heard him at all this season?
Yeah, can I have neither?
No.
Dang.
Can
Richard
also
Sherman.
talk-
Richard Sherman's about to get canceled though. He did the biggest no-no this past week. Hinted at the NFL being slightly rigged.
Yep.
That's
Yep.
right up Begley's alley here.
Yeah, he said something, and I'm gonna butcher this, but it's something along the lines of like, the concussion protocol is. He said, "Well, obviously Tua shouldn't have played this week, but this is a primetime game, Thursday night football. It's the only game of the night, big money involved, and they want the big money guy out there starting." And
Yep.
I was like, oh man, you can't say that. I'm sure there's like an NDA or something where you should have said that.
Yep.
Richard Sherman just got a follower for life in one Christopher Begley.
Absolutely. Give me his Twitter handle right now.
Well, he didn't say it was rigged from this team is going to win. He's saying like he shouldn't have been out there, but they're money hungry, and this is why they marched him out there when he shouldn't have been out there.
I mean, he's
But if you're rigged in one thing, you're probably rigged in another, right? I mean, let's just
No.
be honest.
No,
Okay.
they're just.
I don't
they're
know
marching out
how
there
you
for money.
could. I don't know how you could.
Did you watch the Saints Rams game in the NFC championship game? What do you mean? Are you kidding me? You use the referees, man. They can influence games, especially in the playoffs.
Any baseball fans out there? No, I'm not going to talk about Aaron Judge's 60-second home run because that's
Let's
stupid.
go.
He's
Yep.
like leading AL. Yeah, okay, he's still like
No one
10th.
cares.
Yeah. Just for my Cincinnati Reds fan, we did it. With the last game of the regular season, they had 99 losses, and boy, did they get that 100th loss in dramatic fashion, getting mollywopped by the Cubs 15-2. Way to go,
Let's go.
Cincinnati.
Does that secure the number one pick?
Huh?
Does that secure the number one pick?
No, it doesn't.
No,
I was going to say the Red Sox are pretty bad this year.
It doesn't. I don't think. No, the Red Sox weren't even close to being as bad as the Reds were. The A's. The A's, the Nationals, and the A's and the Nationals.
Good
Good times.
the Reds would trade the number one pick back just to get a few veteran like middle relievers or something going. It doesn't matter.
That'll become all-stars one day and then get traded away or let go in free agency.
Yeah, or we'll make sure that they have a lot of talent, and then we'll get rid of them for pennies.
Yeah.
We digress. This is football. We digress. Just had to get my baseball season's over, regular season. Just had to get my little tidbit. I'm a disappointed Reds fan. Moving on. Thursday night, Colts at Broncos. Broncos minus 3.5. The over/under is set at 42, and we are without. It's the first week without Javonte Williams. Mike Boone.
Colts plus 3.5. Give me the under. Give me all the Naheem Hines. You guys know I was on him all year. I'm to be honest with you, who is the Colts tight end to go after? I feel like there's value somewhere in that tight end room, but I can't figure it out yet.
Mo Ellie Cox scored 2 touchdowns this week. He had a great game, but he probably won't score again for another 6 games or so. I mean, you just never know what's going to happen. Disclaimer, he probably scores 2 touchdowns this week, by the way. But Kylan Granson is out there as well. He gets some play. It's just so volatile, and I don't like playing the game with certain positions like that. Also, Jonathan Taylor's out for his first week as well this week. Confirmed.
Yeah, both these offenses stink, Wayne.
Yeah. Very underwhelming. We thought these were going to be 2 great offenses. Both upgraded tremendously at the quarterback position in the offseason, and both are underperforming. Give me the Broncos minus 3.5 and give me the under. I think a Jonathan Taylor-less Colts, which granted Jonathan Taylor hasn't been playing good. I don't know. Naheem Hines ain't it. I think the Broncos take this one. Fun fact do we want to tell this Jonathan Taylor fun fact when he's about to miss a week, or do you just want to shelf this one?
Tell it now.
Tell it now, because we were discussing the possibility of trading him on our last episode.
Jonathan Taylor owners. Fun fact, I'll give Goni credit for it. He's the one that hunted it down. Jonathan Taylor, through 4 weeks of play this year, is ranked 22nd in fantasy points. You drafted him as your number 1 overall running back. In 2021, through 4 weeks of play, he was ranked 20th. So don't fret. There's still plenty of time for this man to break out. He's going to come back from injury. He's going to be fine. I think he figures it out this year. I don't think he gets back to his elite status, but I think he returns his RB1 value for you shortly.
I think he closed out the season with like 8 100-yard games in a row or something insane. It may have ended before the end of the season, but I think it was close to that, about 8 100-yard games. So, I mean, if you're getting a stretch like that, that's exactly what you want to propel you into the playoffs and hopefully go deep into the playoffs. It's just you have to survive. Just survive until then.
Yep.
In this one, for my pick, what was the over-under, Wayne?
42.
42. Everything in me says that the Broncos should destroy the Colts, but I've thought that every week since they've acquired Russell Wilson. So beat me up, Scotty. Give me the Broncos again, and give me the under. Like you said, the offenses have not been stellar, but the Colts, I mean, Matt Ryan has been terrible. It's been bad. The whole Colts team has been bad. So let's go Broncos. Give me the under. Who are we playing? Who are we playing in this game?
You're playing Naheem Hines. You're playing Melvin Gordon and Mike Boone. Indy has given up more fantasy points to running backs than any other team in the league. I think it's because they play a soft cover 2 shell. Teams just kind of check it down. I think there's value in a Colts tight end, but good luck guessing which one is going to be.
I think you play Michael Pittman and you stop guessing on the WR2. I think you fire up both your, the 2 receivers, Cortland Sutton, Jerry Jeudy. I don't know. Are you still firing up Alberto?
No.
Probably not.
Yeah, I think he's run his course.
So, Hines or Boone?
Boone.
Hines.
Yeah, that's it. Hines. Hines has got the backfield to himself. I think this is a Hines week.
I had a doink right on the tip of my uvula right there.
I know you did, and that's why I had to self-correct quickly.
Yeah, dang.
Fair enough. We're playing Melvin Gordon as well, right? You said that already?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I think he's an RB2 this week.
I agree.
All right, gentlemen, next game. Heading to London. Back at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Giants at Packers. Giants at Packers. Packers -8. Over under is set at 41. Trap?
No. I don't.
It's Daniel Jones's health. If he doesn't play, give me Green Bay, right?
He practiced in a limited capacity on Wednesday.
Okay.
So I like him to probably play, but does that do it for you?
I think he's an upgrade over Jake Fromm. Wayne, are you a big Jake Fromm guy?
Where'd he go to college?
It just means more. Go Dogs. I like the Giants, man. In this one, the +3.5. It feels trappy. I'm with Wayne.
No, it's plus 8.
It's 8.
Yeah, that's
Giants.
Okay, all right. That's why I was wondering what you were talking about with the trap. Like, are they giving?
I don't know where my head's at. Yeah, give me the Giants. Absolutely, they find. Man, the Giants' formula is simple. You play good defense and you just grind the game clock down to dust. I like the under in the Giants.
Yeah, no. Give me Green Bay. Give me the over. I said this last week with whoever was playing in London. I can't even remember off the top of my head that the London games always score high. So give me it. It did last week. They hit the over, and give it to me again this week. But I'm taking the Giants. Yeah, I like it. Who you got, Wayne?
Man, that spread. See, I'm thinking it's a trap because 8 is a big old spread that you almost always want to take the points. So that being said, call it a gut. Give me the Packers. Give me the over. Are you all starting up Dobbs and Lazard this week?
I would start Dobbs, I think. I mean, I would probably start either in a pinch in a flex, to be honest with you.
Are we starting Tunyon? Do we even need to talk about tight ends because they suck this year?
Oh, see, that's a guy that I always entertain playing on a weekly basis. He scored last week. He didn't do much else. You could probably do better. You could probably do better this week than Tunyon.
But Mad Mob, you can definitely do worse. Tight ends, I don't know what's going on with them this year, but ugh.
Yeah, I love Dobbs. I love Lazard. I love both Green Bay backs. Love Saquon and absolutely nobody else from the Giants.
No Richie James action?
Come on, Gunny. 1 for 11, bro. 1 for 11. Leading wide receiver Darius Slayton last week.
Everyone has a down week, even your boy Drake London.
Do teams have 4 consecutive down weeks? They're atrocious.
Fair enough, but you're taking the Giants. You're taking the Giants, however.
Next game. Massive line. We got Steelers at Bills, -14. Over-under is set at 46.5. Call me crazy. Buffalo?
Not even a little crazy.
I'm going Buffalo, too.
Give me Buffalo.
Not even slightly crazy.
I'm firing up Gabe Davis. I'm sticking with him. I think I'm going to fire up Dawson Knox this week. I think this is the week he finds some pay dirt. I'm firing up Devin Singletary. I think they go up early and they just start running the ball a little bit. I know this is a team that doesn't really worry about controlling the clock because they just want to pound you into dust. So I don't think we need to talk about the Bills. I think we're firing up pretty much all of them.
Give Gabe Davis another chance.
Yeah,
Gabe Davis owners.
I guess the quick thing we can cover with the Bills is if Isaiah McKenzie is healthy, has he warranted a flex spot?
Yes. Pittsburgh is horrendous against the slot. And if he's not healthy, I like Khalil Shakir as a sleeper.
I don't think he plays.
I believe Isaiah McKenzie, if he played, it warrant a start, but you don't think he plays?
Nah, he's in concussion protocol. He didn't practice as of Wednesday. I don't like it.
Okay.
Khalil Shakir.
Let's talk about the Steelers. We've got Deontay Johnson playing poorly. We've got Kenny Pickett's first start, who put the pick in Kenny Pickett last week. You like that, Beggs?
I loved it.
And we got George Pickens out here. Golly. Who's been playing pretty decent. Are you rolling with any of these guys against that Buffalo defense in a game where they're most certainly going to have to throw it?
Definitely. Give me Pickens, Freiermuth, and Deontay Johnson, and I feel good about it.
Just Deontay, because you have to play him. I know the secondary. Actually, I think I'd have to vet it, but I think that Tre'Davious White might be eligible to come back this week.
Ouch.
And if he does, that'd be a huge boost because their secondary is hurting. Their secondary is hurting real bad.
Mm-hmm.
But even with a banged up secondary, I think the rush just gets to Pickett in this game. You know, it's only his first actual career start. I think that the Bills absolutely beat this line, and there's five guys in the secondary of Pittsburgh that are hurt. 3 of them haven't practiced today. 2 of them practiced in a limited capacity. So I think they're going to get torched. I'm firing up every bill I got.
Goni.
Yeah.
Blink bet. Khalil Shakir over under 4.5 fantasy points this week. I'll take the over.
No, I just said fire up every bill you got.
When I said Khalil Shakir, I got no, bro, gross.
Yeah. Nah, I still wouldn't play him, though.
Okay.
That's all. Gabe Davis versus Khalil Shakir?
Stop it.
All right.
Well, maybe we can make it work. Gabe Davis -4?
No.
Interesting.
No. Onward.
You play Najee as well. I mean, obviously.
Yeah. Chargers at Browns. Browns +2.5. 47.5 over under.
Give me the Browns. Give me the under. I'm taking a lot of points in unders. I don't know how the Chargers stopped Nick Chubb. I like him and Kareem Hunt in this one.
You starting up Amari?
Yeah.
Amari's earned it for me, man.
You have to. Absolutely. I mean, the number one rule with Amari Cooper, if it's not an elite corner, he's a great play. I know if he gets Denzel Ward, I don't like him as much.
He'll probably get Denzel Ward.
I don't like him as much.
I mean, I just don't know. Denzel Ward's not going to be guarding anyone else, I don't think.
Well, I just don't know if they move him around in the formation, or if Denzel's going to shadow him or just play one side of the field.
Wait. Did you say Denzel Ward guarding Amari?
I'm sorry, I did.
Yeah, I was confused. I was like, did we pivot to Keenan Allen coming back?
Sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I like Amari Cooper. I don't think the Chargers have an elite shutdown corner. I'm sorry. I do like Amari.
Fair enough. Yeah, I
know you hate him, dude, but he's been solid this year. Take personal vendettas aside and his situation aside, and just look at his output for the year. You roll with him, right?
Oh, I mean, I was just gonna go in. I'm trying to decide whether I want to take the Chargers or Browns. Yeah, you roll with him. He's done enough so far.
My fault. I jumped.
No, you're good. I roll with him. I'll definitely roll with him. He's earned it. With that being said, give me the Browns. I agree. I think Nick Chubb is a home run play this week. The Chargers are terrible on the ground, like against the running backs. Keenan Allen still having this nagging hamstring injury. He was the only Chargers player that didn't practice on Wednesday. So fire up your Gerald Everett's, the tight end 6 on the year. For sure, you're playing him again.
Man,
David
Palmer,
Gerald Everett
again.
Gerald Everett.
David Njoku or Gerald Everett, Goni?
Gerald Everett.
Okay.
Doink?
No, I agree.
Man, what a home run call preseason, Gerald Everett, from a guy that's not drafted and now tight end 6.
Let's go.
Tip of the cap. Give me the Browns and give me the over. I'm with you all. I don't see how the Chargers stop this backfield. That being said, I think Austin Eckler has another good week. I think Mike Williams has a good week. I think GE has a good week. And that's really, I'm really only running with Amari from a receiving standpoint on the Browns.
Would you play Njoku? He might not be too bad.
I wouldn't.
I would.
That's fair.
I would.
I don't know. I probably wouldn't either, just because as bad as the Chargers are against the run, they are dominant against the pass.
All right, next game we got Texans at Jags. Jaguars, big old favorites, -7. Over under set at 43.5. Gentlemen, the Jags moving up in the power rankings.
Give me Houston. Give me the over.
Ooh. Bomb.
Yep. I called it.
Go ahead.
Wayne.
No, you're good.
I just feel like Damian Pierce kind of turned the corner last week, man. I mean, they got him involved. I think the Texans kind of know their identity here. Brandon Cooks kind of got back on track, and Nico Collins. We'll see.
No, give me Jacksonville. Give me Jacksonville for sure. What is the over under?
43.5.
Give me the over. Nah, give me the under. Actually, I don't like Houston in this. To be honest with you, Jacksonville was the first defense of the year on the waiver wire show. I'm probably gonna have to incorporate more for streaming as we go along here. They are the 3rd or 4th best defense in the league right now. They're dominant. Their scoring defense is 16.8 points per game. They have the 3rd most takeaways. They're just playing very, very well. And then on the flip side, Houston Texans, they average, I think it's like 130 something yards per game on the ground to running backs. I think James Robinson is, if Nick Chubb is the home run, I think James Robinson this week is the next man up as far as potential top 3 running backs this week. Yeah, Trevor Lawrence is playing great. The Houston Texans defense is just Swiss cheese all around. So the combination of those two, I just have to take Jacksonville.
Yep, I'm taking Jacksonville -7. Give me the over, though. I think Christian Kirk bounces back this week. He had kind of a poor week last week. I think he bounces back and gets back to form this week. Yeah, Brandon Cooks, Damian Pierce. I agree. I think they've found their guy in Damian Pierce. We kind of called that preseason that he had the fastest route to RB1 status, and he kind of showed a big glimpse of that this past week. Are you all starting up any other receivers for Jacksonville?
I think Zay Jones could be a play if he's healthy.
I was going to ask you guys, Evan Ingram or Alberto?
I like Evan Ingram.
This week, I agree.
Alberto needs to be cut. He needs to be dropped. I think he had 1 snap last week.
Evan Ingram or Robert Tonyan against the Giants?
Robert
Ingram.
Tonyan.
Robert Tonyan.
Tonyan for
Ingram.
me. Ingram
We
for
got
Beggs.
1 Ingram, 1 Tonyan.
Yeah.
All right. And Evan Ingram or Kyle Pitts against the Buccaneers?
Pitts.
Listen, Kyle Pitts, man, after what Travis Kelce did to him last week, Bucs don't know what to do with the tight end.
Okay. That's fair. That's fair.
All right, our next game is Bears at Vikings. Vikings -7, over under at 44.
Give me the Vikings. I'm going to fade the Bears in perpetuity. Give me the under just because of the way the Bears are playing right now. They're another team that's just grinding the clock down into dust.
Give me the Bears to cover 7.5, right?
7.
Oh, give me the Bears either way. I'll take a push if I have to. Give me the Bears. They're staying in games. The offense looks atrocious, but like Begg said, they're grinding it out. Their defense is playing well enough to keep them in games. So I guess give me that. We don't know if David Montgomery's going to be out yet. And what that means for Khalil Herbert. So I guess we'll find out as the week goes along.
Yeah, give me the Vikings -7 and give me the under. I don't think the Bears can contain all the firepower that the Vikings have on offense. I think they grind the clock. I agree. I don't think it matters. I think if Demo doesn't play, you start Khalil Herbert. But at the end of the day, from a cover perspective, I don't think it matters whether it's Demo or Khalil. Are you starting? Darnell Mooney had his first double-digit week this past week. Personally, it's not enough for me to start him this week. I don't know. Are y'all starting anybody other than whoever the RB1 will be in Chicago?
Can't trust him. Can't trust him yet. I have to see it happen. I mean, if I had to choose one guy, it'd probably be Equanimous St. Brown. If I had to, like in the most hardcore of everyone on my team is hurt.
Just the Mariana Trench of flexes.
Absolutely. I just need a body in here that's going to score more than 0, and it has to be a Bear. Give me St. Brown. You play Thielen this week.
Yeah,
No.
Yeah, I agree. I think Minnesota's going to run it up.
I don't think so. The Bears have given up the 5th fewest fantasy points to receivers. I don't love Thielen, but I do love Dalvin Cook, and I don't mind Madison either in a deep flex.
I'm with you, Beggs. I don't play Thielen this week either.
All right, fair enough. Next game is Lions at Patriots, the battle of the 1 and 3s. We have the Patriots -3. with Brian Hoyer under center and the over-under at 45.5.
Bailey Zappi.
Oh, Zappy took it?
Zappy took it last week because Brian Hoyer has a concussion.
I thought Brian Hoyer was okay.
They're probably still going to play the Zappy, man.
Okay, fair enough.
He didn't practice. Brian Hoyer didn't practice as of yesterday.
Okay,
so.
okay, fair enough.
Give me the under and give me the Patriots in this one. This again, man. There's no way Bill Belichick doesn't run this ball 40 times this game, and I don't think Detroit can stop him.
Agreed. 100% agreed. This is just another one where I think Damian Harris and Ramondre Stevens combined put up just great points. I think they score a whole lot. We don't know if Amon-Ra is going to play this week. We don't know if DJ Chark or even Josh Reynolds or Quintez Cephas, all of their wide receivers essentially. We don't know if any of them are going to play. No DeAndre Swift. It's rough. It's rough. They're a gritty team, but Bill Belichick is grittier.
Yeah. This is just the battle of the injured teams. Give me the better coach. If the over/under was set at 28, I would still heavily consider the under. Give me the Patriots and just I think this is my slam dunk bet of the week is the under in this game. I think it's a run. I think the clock. I think this game might be over in an hour and a half. I think they just run and the clock just bleeds. Yeah, that's not too much to go from. Obviously, I think you start up Hawkinson again. You start up Jamal. I don't think if Amon-Ra doesn't play or DJ Chark doesn't play or anything, I don't start any receivers for either team. I think this is going to be a rushing game through and through.
I think Jacoby Myers is worth a shot. He was in a limited practice this week.
I think if Amon-Ra's out, TJ Hawkinson's a lock to be a top 3 tight end this week.
Yeah, could be.
Yes, sir.
Yep. After almost dropping 40. All right. Our next game, we have the Seahawks at Saints. Saints -5 over under at 46. Is it the Red Rocket or is it Jameis this week?
Jameis hasn't practiced, nor has Michael Thomas so far this week.
Okay.
Alvin Kamara, Jarvis Landry, and Taysom Hill all practiced in a limited capacity. So take that for what it's worth. Let's just assume Andy Dalton's playing, though, for fantasy purposes right now.
Okay.
Saints in the over for me. I'm playing Olave, and I feel good about it. I like Kamara this week with Latavius Murray gone. His only competition is Ingram, who's a little banged up. I think this is the 1 week, and I don't know that I'll ever advertise it again, but I like Kamara, and he will be on my DFS team, by the way.
Spoiler alert.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough. Yeah, I mean, give me all the guys that you just threw in there. You're obviously Is Geno Smith worth a stream this week?
Yeah, man, he didn't write back.
I don't know, man. I don't think so. I still trust Lattimore and Dennis Allen.
Okay, Geno Smith or Andy Dalton?
Andy Dalton.
Oof.
Give me the floor.
That's about as floor as it gets.
Yeah. Give me
Andy
the floor.
Dalton.
Yeah, not a lot of fantasy action. Let me get mine and then you roll. Because I don't have any other hot takes in this game as far as who I want to play, so I'm just going to make my pick real quick. Give me the Seahawks +5. And give me the under.
I love it.
Yeah, I don't mind. I don't mind that at all. Rashad Penny missed practice. So are we firing up? Is it the KW3 show?
No. Not on my fantasy squad.
Not yet.
No, I don't think so either. I think the Saints are a bad matchup to be running him against anyways, honestly.
Will Dissly,
fire him up. Do it.
What Fant?
3 touchdowns in the last 4 games. He's going to get you about 3 catches, but one of them will probably be a touchdown. And Will Dissly for MVP.
And the way tight ends are going, a 10-point game for you is a home run.
Yeah. Do you guys think Taysom Hill is worth a stream if Jameis doesn't play at tight end?
Yes. Just because the Seahawks have a defense where a big play can be hit on them at any given moment. Yeah, I mean, it's a gamble. It's a gamble regardless, but he might throw a couple passes even. You never know with this offense, so I'd be willing to gamble on it if I had to.
Okay. Wayne,
Right.
what do you think?
Yeah.
Okay.
Simple.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Our next game, we have Dolphins at Jets. Miami minus 3.5. The over and over under is a 46. Golly, that struggled to get that out.
Yeah. Give me the Miami and give me the over. This is a trap line. I like Teddy B, gentlemen. He will probably be in my DFS lineup.
Spoiler alert.
I like his value. He's a streamer this week.
Said no one ever.
Is it safe to fire up Chase Edmonds this week?
Him and Mostert give me heartburn, man. Mostert is on the field more, but Chase Edmonds has got the touchdown luck. I'm probably fading Chase Edmonds.
Yeah, I don't really love it either, to be honest with you.
Goni, are you riding with Gesicki again?
Nah, I think I learned my lesson. Plus, Teddy B, I don't think has a tendency to throw to the tight ends anyways. So, yeah, that's what it is. Zach Wilson or Teddy B this week?
Teddy B.
Teddy B. Zach Wilson or Justin Fields this week?
Zach Wilson forever and always.
Forever and always.
I think Tyler Conklin is a top 5 tight end this week.
That's fair. It's very fair.
Miami's given up the second most fantasy points to tight ends on the year. I love Tyler Conklin.
Will he be in your DFS lineup?
No.
Oh, man.
We're
going to get there.
I'm going with one Kyle Anthony Pitts.
How about Breece Hall or Michael Carter?
Breece
Hall. All right. Fair enough. That's
for sure.
That's pretty much all I got.
He's taken over. I think last week he reached like 60% of the snaps. That's his backfield.
All right. Next game. It's your game of the week. The best game of the week by far.
Titans Commanders.
Falcons at Bucks. Look at what this line is doing, boys. So the website that I get our lines from, they type it out as like a header each game, and then they put in the link from Caesar Sportsbook. So the link that they put in is a live update. The header obviously isn't live updated. They have to manually update it. So whenever they typed this in, it was minus 6.5 with an over under of 45.5. The current spread and over under is Bucks minus 8.5 over under at 48.
Wow. Yeah, are the Bucks receivers healthy?
Yep.
They are.
I like the Bucks, man. How can you not? I like the Bucks, and I want to say I like the over here just because of Tampa. But let me ask you guys a theoretical question. I'm having a hard time with this. We know this is a bad matchup for Atlanta. We know Tampa Bay's defense is elite. Do you like Mariota as a play in the sense of the game script is going to be positive, so he's going to have to throw? What's the thought there? Okay.
No.
Throwing will not be beneficial to Marcus Mariota.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if I play any. I mean, I'd probably play Drake London, but I might consider fading Kyle Pitts this week even.
I love Kyle Pitts this week.
Yeah, I mean, actually doing it is one thing. Talking about it's a different. I don't know if I'd be able to bench Kyle Pitts just because of what you paid for him. Eventually, as the season goes on, that matters less and less, though. Yeah, I mean, do we need to talk about? I'm taking the under, by the way. I'm taking the Bucks, and I'm taking the under. Just because I don't think the Falcons score a whole lot of points. What wide receiver goes off. If you had to choose one wide receiver for the Bucks, who's it going to be?
Tried and true, Mike Evans.
Chris Godwin for me.
I think I might take Chris Godwin as well.
AJ Terrell's really good, man.
Do you fire up Julio or Russell Gage?
No.
Mm.
Did you see Cole Beasley retired also?
Wow. No, I didn't see that.
Yeah, Cole Beasley retired, man. He retired.
How
Just
much,
needed him for a practice.
Yeah, how much money do you think he actually made in this stint? Like, how much in his bank account?
I'm not sure, but he had a whopping line. He played in 2 games, I believe it was. 4 catches, 17 yards. Man earned his money. He didn't just suit up and run a bunch of suicides or anything, win sprints. Yeah, I don't know. So he's gone. Irrelevant.
Wayne, Rashad White, is he within 5 fantasy points of Leonard Fournette this game?
No,
Okay.
not sold on him. Leonard
Okay.
Fournette got himself a breather last week. Might get himself a little bit of a breather this week, but I mean, he's still going to be the guy that they hand the ball to around the goal line this week, I think. I know Rashad White got himself a gimme, but Lenny's the guy.
Fair enough.
Are you starting anybody in the Falcons' backfield?
No,
Nope.
absolutely not.
Me neither.
I know you were just awarded them with your precious given fab dollars, but you don't want to do that.
Nope.
You don't want to play them.
Nope. Do not.
Not against the Bucks D-line. All right, our last 1 o'clock game of the week, Titans at Commanders. Washington plus 2.5, over under at 43.5.
Gross. Who cares? Like, who really cares? Who's really betting on this game? Give me the Titans. I take that back. Scratch it. Give me the Commanders. It's Carson Wentz season, baby. 400 yards, 40 completions. Carson.
It's not.
Gone. This is a great matchup. This is a great matchup for Terry McLaurin. It's a great matchup for Logan Thomas. Curtis Samuel is about to eat.
Jahan Dotson.
Perhaps.
He's hurt.
What's wrong with
Brian
Jahan
Robinson.
Dotson?
He's hurt. He pulled a
He's
hand.
hurt, man.
Why'd you
What
say
ab-
that so
what about him,
aggressively? You're so aggressive. I'm just asking what his injury was.
Gone. Washington has given up the second fewest points, fantasy points, to running backs this year. I don't think they let Derrick Henry get going, and Chase Young might be back this week.
Yeah, but you're playing Derrick Henry, right?
You are, but I don't feel great about it.
I would actually not mind to fire up Robert Woods this week. I like Robert Woods in this. Traylon Burks is going to miss the game with a turf toe injury. And who I really like this week? I like Logan Thomas. I like Logan Thomas a lot this week, to be honest with you. He might be in my DFS lineup.
I like
Maybe,
Logan
maybe
Thomas.
not. We'll see.
Foreshadowing.
Either way, give me the Titans, though, in this one. And give me the over.
Ugh. Give me the Titans and give me the under. I think Derrick Henry's fine this week. I don't think he goes off, but I think he's serviceable. Yeah, give me Terry McLaurin, Curtis Samuel. I'm on the fence about Logan Thomas. I think if you've got another iffy tight end, like a David Njoku or somebody that you're just kind of streaming, I'd definitely play Logan Thomas over that. Tennessee, yeah, just Derrick Henry. For me, I don't know that I trust Robert Woods.
I don't mind Kyle Phillips, the rookie in the slot, especially with Traylon Burks out. Wayne, not that I'm recording non-doinks, but I would have won our hypothetical Brandon Cooks doink last week. Would you like to make another doink? I think Terry McLaurin is a top 18 wide receiver this week. Will you take that?
What was our hypothetical doing?
I had Brandon Cooks top 18 last week, and he was wide receiver 14.
Okay, well, maybe you should stand on your word a little bit more.
Would you like to take Terry McLaurin? I'll take him top 18 this week.
No.
Dang. Yoni, would you like that?
Nah, I'm good, man.
Wow. Yellow-bellied scalawags. Both of you.
So you just get to pick a guy, pick the terms, and then tell us to accept it, or we're scared.
And we're the yellow-bellied scallywags.
You're on to me. Does Brian Robinson play this week, Goni?
Yeah, I think he debuts this week, to be honest with you.
Who has more fantasy points, him or Antonio Gibson?
Antonio Gibson, and I'll put a doink on that.
No.
Scared.
Yellow-bellied scallywag.
I agree with Goni. J.D. McKissick or Brian Robinson?
Probably J.D. McKissick.
I agree. Wayne, would you like to take Brian Robinson in any of those, and I'll put a doink on it?
No. I'm not putting a doink on that mess of a backfield.
He may not even play. He just returned to practice. They might ease him back in. Brian Robinson's not going to be good to set into your lineups for probably a couple weeks.
Yeah.
All right. That is our 1:00 games. Beggs, I think we have a couple Reddit questions.
We do. These are all dynasty questions this week. Go Pack Go. He's in a 12-team, one-quarterback PPR league. He wants to trade Javonte for CMC. He's a contender. What kind of package do you think that trade ends up being? Do you think he could get Javonte for CMC straight up? If not, what else would he have to throw in?
A first?
No. Yeah, not now. It's going to have to be a first or another very useful player.
Like?
I'm on board. I'm on board with him trading Javonte away if he's a contender this year, because obviously CMC slots you right into the opportunity to still win. But obviously you're mortgaging your future. So I think you try and just trade Javonte in a first, because you don't want to give up pieces if you're in win now mode. But we are talking about CMC here.
Yeah. I don't know. That's a good question as far as the who. You said what?
What about Tyreek Hill? Too much?
Too much.
Probably is too much. Probably is too much.
What about Chris Olave?
Chris Olave might do.
Yeah, but in a dynasty,
maybe like a Hollywood. What about a Hollywood?
I'm okay with that, or like a Christian Kirk.
Christian Kirk would be, another possible one.
Is beautiful, Wayne. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
I think that's our answer. Christian Kirk plus Javonte gets it done. You agree?
Yeah.
I think it has potential, yeah.
T Easy. I think we've talked to T Easy before. 12-team Superflex. So, Wayne, I'm going to let you take first crack at it as our resident Superflex expert. J.K. Dobbins and Treylon Burks for George Pickens in a 24 first.
Nothing to do with Superflex at all.
Wayne, Goni, if you don't mind to wait your turn. Wayne, what say you?
J.K. Dobbins. I'm keeping J.K. Dobbins and Treylon Burks. I think George Pickens has a better future, has a brighter future than Treylon Burks, but I think J.K. Dobbins is a really good running back for the future, and I just don't know that you make up that value with the 2024 first.
Yoni?
Yeah, I agree. Especially for a 2024 first. I don't want to wait that far into the future to reap any rewards and then let them develop.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Dobbins and Treylon Burks. Look, don't give up on Treylon Burks yet, T-Easy. He's a rookie. Give him time. Efficient Pension 41 wants to know if he should trade Drake London for Dalvin Cook. His current running back room is Jonathan Taylor, Miles Sanders, Jamal Williams, and James Cook.
I don't think it's necessary. Unless he's like unless he's really stacked at receiver. If you're like streaming Drake London and he like won't find your starting lineup too often, then okay. But I don't think it's necessary.
Drake London's probably a steady flex in his lineup.
Yeah,
he gives his receivers. He's got Cortland Sutton, A.J. Brown, Chris Godwin, and Isaiah McKenzie.
Yeah, I'd hang on to Drake London.
No, I'd go get Dalvin Cook right now.
Really?
Give me Drake London. Dalvin Cook 20 for 75 last week with Madison taking the touchdown. You have confidence in him?
Yeah, absolutely. He's a top running back in the league. He's going to have his good games, dude. Jonathan Taylor is the running back 21 right now. He's not going to finish there.
Who were his other running backs? I remember Jamal James Cook and JT. Who was the second?
Miles Sanders.
Miles Sanders been playing great, man.
I know. That's excellent, though. He could either use Miles Sanders as a trade piece and sell high on him, which I would probably think about for the next couple weeks, maybe before the trade deadline, or you can ride out 3 strong running backs every week.
For Jamal Williams, right? Obviously, he's elite when Swift is out, but he's got standalone flex value with Swift playing.
He does.
Right?
Yeah.
To me, when I look at his receiving core, Chris Godwin, Isaiah McKenzie, Josh Palmer, give me London over all those guys. You have Cortland Sutton elite and A.J. Brown's elite. I think Drake London does more for his team right now, Goni, personally.
So you'd rather flex Drake London over Dalvin Cook?
I would rather flex Drake London over Jamal Williams.
Okay, but you can... I mean, essentially what it comes down to is it's a Drake London for Dalvin Cook play. One of those guys is going to be in your flex. So I'm just saying I would rather have Dalvin Cook in my flex over Drake London all day, every day. Give me the guy who's going to touch the ball 18 plus times a game.
Well, I guess, okay, I see what you're saying. My point is, though, like with his current lineup, with JT and Miles Sanders and Jamal Williams going, if it's a 2-flex league, if Drake London is his 4th flex, I like that with his current lineup better than I like not having London and going with Dalvin Cook personally. Dalvin Cook looks old, though. He looks old. Drake London's a 21-year-old man. That'd be a hard piece for me to give up.
I know, man. You love him.
Well, no, I mean, take my love out of him. Dalvin Cook looks old. He's been incredibly inefficient this year. Their line looks bad. They're throwing the ball more than they did under Mike Zimmer. I think London, gives you just as good a chance to win this year, and you retain the value for the future. To me, I don't see much of a difference between the two personally. What do you think, Wayne?
That's fair.
I already said my piece. I like Drake London in a dynasty for sure. I think Dalvin Cook is still very high end tier 2. Probably this year and probably next year, but I do believe that he's on the regression.
Goni, does it change your mind if I tell you Drake London has the highest target share of any player in the NFL, including Cooper Kupp and Mark Andrews?
No.
Okay, well, he does. 35% target share on his team.
That's fine. I mean, I understand. I completely understand why you would want to go with that. It's just we have differing philosophies, and that's really about it.
I like it. Troop the Loop, 12-team PPR Superflex. Wayne, if you wouldn't mind taking first crack at this, please. He's giving up Kenny Pickett, Jalen Waddle, Dameon Pierce, in an early 23-1. Kenny Pickett, Jalen Waddle, Dameon Pierce in an early 23-1. He's getting Pat Mahomes, Mike Evans, and Brandon Cooks.
Pat, pause.
He's obviously in win now mode.
He says he's in a rebuild, which is a little confusing.
Oh, if you're in a rebuild, then don't do it. What? You're trading away a lot of young pieces. No, don't do it. Don't do it if you're in a rebuild.
This is what he said, verbatim. I'm in a rebuild, but he thinks this trade speeds it up. So I guess maybe I said it wrong. I guess he's trying to hurry up and contend.
No, Dameon Pierce is in a spot where he can be slotted in your starting lineup and do well now. Jalen Waddle, same thing. Kenny Pickett just got his starting role. He had a poor outing. Well, I mean, kind of poor. He threw 3 picks, but he rushed for 2. That was his first game, and he got thrown in the middle of it. Now he's taking the first team snaps, all that. He's going to be better for you. Obviously, not on the Patrick Mahomes side of things. Mike Evans is obviously going to do better than Jalen Waddle. It's just kind of like an apples for apples type of deal that I try and do it with. Like, what gives me more points? And I honestly think at the end of the day, the points you gain, you're not losing a lot of points just sticking with who you have, and you're staying younger. I would keep what you got, man.
Johnny?
Yeah, I mean you're getting 2 older receivers in Mike Evans and Brandon Cooks. So even though Patrick Mahomes seems enticing, I like the play of keeping Waddle, keeping Pierce, and your first, especially if you have an early first, man. You're going to have a top 3 pick in the first and second round, perhaps. That's what I get out of it when you say an early pick.
Yep.
So yeah, just organically rebuild.
Yep. I totally agree. Hold the line. We have 3 quick ones here, and then we're going to wrap this up. Dalvy Cookie Tutty says 12-team PPR Superflex. So, Wayne, do you take side A, DK Metcalf, or side B, Russell Wilson, and a 24 first?
Russell Wilson, 2024 first.
Goni?
Yeah, I think I would too.
We're buying stock on Russell. I totally agree. In a super flex, you take Russell. Cryogenic, 12-team, 1 quarterback, PPR. I'll start with you. Side A gets Najee. Side B gets Kenneth Walker and CEH.
Najee. Give me the Najee side.
Najee.
Wait.
I don't think CEH is going to hold any value here in the next year or 2.
Okay. Lastly, it's a bird, it's a plane 18. Superflex, PPR, 12-team. Wayne. Dak Prescott, Cooper Rush, Ramondre Stevenson for Calvin Ridley, Javonte Williams, and a 23-1. Dak, Cooper Rush, Ramondre Stevenson for Calvin Ridley, Javonte, and a 23-1.
Ah, man. Who Javonte in a 2023 one?
Calvin Ridley.
Give me that side. And Calvin Ridley doesn't hold a lot of weight in this trade for me. Your 2023 one, you can snag a quarterback. Lot of week 1 starting quarterbacks coming into the draft this year. So the Dak Cooper Rush situation is not enticing me at all because Dak is playing terrible. Cooper Rush, they will not unleash. So for me, it's like a Ramondre Stevenson deal for Javonte Williams, and you're taking Javonte all day in a dynasty, and you can replace the quarterback with your first-round pick next year.
I'll take the Dak side, honestly. I'll take the Dak side. I like him as a super flex quarterback for sure. I like a young running back in Ramondre. He could be the lead dog next year for the Patriots. And who knows, if Sean Payton comes to coach the Cowboys next season, then that whole offense could get a little boost. So I like Dak Prescott on that side.
Yeah, as is usually pretty typical on this podcast, I'm going to side with Goni. I like the Dak Rush Stevenson side. Dak played horrible against Tampa, but Tampa's going to make a lot of guys look bad. And Javonte, I mean, he tore ACL, MCL. Didn't he tear like a little bit of his hamstring too? I mean, it was a pretty serious J.K. Dobbins kind of injury.
Tore all the things.
All the things. You just don't know. And I'm with Wayne. Calvin Ridley's Pandora's box. You don't know what you're going to get. Is he a Pro Bowler or is he just another guy, a Jag?
He's just a guy.
Maybe. We'll see.
Maybe. There we go.
All right. That is it. We will catch y'all tomorrow for the 4 o'clock games, the evening games, and our DFS lineups.
All right, gentlemen.
Concussion
Jazz.
protocol for MVP.